Hey guys, what's up? My name is Ankit and welcome back to another video. Today this is another Elementor Pro tutorial and today we are going to look at the portfolio element in Elementor Pro and we're gonna implement that on our website and see how does it work and what is it used for. So without wasting any further time, let's begin. Okay, so now we are on a computer screen and now you just create a test page, and I have also created a test page, and now this is the element I was talking about. This is portfolio. I have made the previous video on the post element, whose video link you can find in the video description, or I have linked the playlist. I've created a new playlist, Elementor Pro, and I also have another playlist which is Elementor. It has all the tutorials on the Elementor free version, and this is the Elementor Pro tutorial. Alright, so we're gonna drag this portfolio, and as you can see, all our posts, not all our posts, 6 posts are displayed right here. So as you all know that portfolio basically means to show all your work or something related like that. So in a WordPress website, you can show your portfolio or you can display some of your posts so that when someone visits, you can know that on your blog you have written these kind of posts, and you can see them. So in this way you can display your post. So this is the default one. Now we're gonna make some changes on it. So as you can see, if I hover over any of the post, I can see the post title, okay, and it gives a quite good animation type, but we're gonna make some changes. So if you go to the left side, first we have columns, as you all know. So these are like 3 columns. If you want, you can add more. It's up to 6. I can add 4 columns. Let's say I only want 2 columns. You can do it according to your own. We're gonna go with the default 3 columns. Posts per page, it's 6, but if you want more posts, let's say I want 9 posts. So as you can see, 9 posts are visible here, but let me go to 6 because it's getting a little bit clumsy. Okay, image size, I need to change it, as I said in the previous image video, whose link is in the I button, where I told you that it's going to be default on medium 300 by 300, but now my images are quite properly visible. But if your images are a little bit blurry, then you need to figure out which image size you should have, because it depends on everyone's image, because everyone's image aspect ratio or dimensions are different. So mine is medium large 768 by 0, so I'm gonna select that. Alright, so now I can see my images are quite clear and fully visible. Now I need to change the ratio, because as you can see here, my text are not properly visible and big cut out right here. So I need to fix them so that they appear in this box. So you need to go to the image ratio and you need to decrease the image ratio a little bit and till it perfectly fits. And I can see now my every text is perfectly fitted, and you can do it according to your own, and in this way it will be fixed. Now this is show title. It is on right now, so if I go over any post, I can see the post title. But if I turn this off, now if I go over any post, I do not see its title. So if you want to show your title to your audience, you can do that, otherwise you can toggle it off. But I will toggle it on, and you can select the title tag, going to be h1, h2, or whatever you can you want. You can choose it. Now the layout part is over. Now we're gonna go into the query. Okay, so now we'll go into the query. So in query, you can choose what you want to show in your portfolio. It is default selected by post, so all the posts appear here, and you have different options: pages, custom layouts, manual selection, current, query related. So if you choose pages, all the pages on your blog will be shown here, but usually it's not a good idea, and no one wants to see your pages. Everyone wants to see whatever you written or your articles, and it increases the viewership because people are more interested in your articles than your pages. So it's by default it's selected at post. But if you don't want to show all the posts and you want to show some selected posts, then you can go to manual selection, and in manual selection it says search and select. So you need to type the title of your post. Let's say my recent post was on Elementor, and I type Elementor, and it would find all the posts that contain the word Elementor. So let's say I choose this one, understanding Elementor, Elementor basic, this post I written, so this post will be visible. And then I want another post on Elementor, so I write Elementor again, or else I can write I written another post on affiliate marketing. I will select that one. This one, what is affiliate marketing, that post will be visible. See, this is very easy. So if you want to display any other post, and but if you select post, it would show all the posts by descending order, ascending order, in order they have written, like from the first or from the recent post in that. But in manual selection, you can show only those posts which you want, so it gets really handy. All right, so it's order by date and order by descending or ascending. You have two options. You can show order by date, title, menu order, or just random. You have all the things right here. Now this is filter bar. Filter bar basically means that, let's say in query I select again post and it shows all the posts, and in filter bar I toggle this on. Now in taxonomy, let's say I select categories. Okay, so as you can see on the top, I have all my categories listed out here, which is all Elementor, Elementor Pro and recommended. So these are all my categories in my WordPress website. Sorry. And from here I have given a filter bar. Let's say I have all my posts displayed here, but a user comes and he or she wants to see only those posts which are in Elementor category. So they will select Elementor and only Elementor post will be visible, other post will gone. And if they want to see all, they can click on all and other posts will be visible. So it's get really handy and keeps your website in a very organized way, so user can see only those posts in which categories he or she wants. So it gets really handy, and you can toggle this filter bar on. This is a very nice feature. Now everything is done. Now we're gonna go to the style and style our portfolio. So you click on style and you have in items column gap and row gap. Column gap basically means the space between these three columns, and row gap basically means that the space between these two rows. If I increase the column gap, as you can see, a space is created between them, and if I increase the row gap also, it creates a space between them. I keep both at 19, and it looks a little bit clean now, because previously it was very clumsy and everyone was stick together, but now there's a space in between and it looks really clean. Okay, you can do that. Also border radius, and as I said, in border radius you can make your post a little bit rounded so that it looks a little professional. So if I increase that, as you can see, it's a bit rounded on the edges and it looks a little bit good and it looks a bit attractive. You can do that according to your need. Okay, now so items is over. Now we're gonna go to item overlay. So what is item overlay? So if I go on any post, you can see I can see the title and the background becomes a little bit darker. Okay, so now if I want to change this color, how would I do that? In item overlay there is background color. Okay, I choose a color. Let's say I want to make it a little bit transparent yellow. Okay, I reduce the transparency. Okay, now I've selected the background color. Now if I go over them, as you can see, it's yellow. All right, so now I love the color yellow, so I've done that, but you can choose any other color and reduce the transparency a bit so that your featured image is visible, and in this way people can see, and it makes it look a bit attractive. But as you can see, the text is not visible because it's white in color. Now we're gonna change the text color. Okay, so from color you go and choose black, because black is visible quite on all colors. Now if I go, as you can see, my text is also visible. Now I want to change the font of my text, so I go to typography and I select a font. I've already explained all this in our previous videos. You can check the playlist and you will find that. I select one font. Okay, now you can see all my font styles are changed, but I want to increase the size. I can increase its size. You can see it's now bigger, and in this way you can play around with these settings and choose what fits best to you. Okay, so now let's go to the filter bar. Our filter bar is on the top right here, and we can also style the filter bar. Okay, so from color you can choose a color, and let's say I want to make it red, and active color. So what is active color? Let me explain you. Let's say I click on Elementor. Okay, okay, let me quickly choose the active color. I choose it black. Okay, so now as you can see, we are right now on all. As you can see, it's showing all pictures. So now all is black in color. Let's say I only choose Elementor. Now Element is black in color. So active color helps the user to know that on which category or which page or something like that he or she is on, so that they could not get confused. If I go to Elementor Pro, I see Elementor Pro is black in color. If I go to recommended, it's all black recommended. So this is known as active color. Now in typography, same thing, you can change your font and increase the size and do all the settings right here. So now this is another space between. So space between basically means if I increase this, the space between these words increases, and if I increase the spacing, and from bottom here the spacing increases. So if you want to make it look clean, so you can give a space between them, and it looks pretty clean and very easy to read. So that was all for the portfolio element in Elementor Pro. I hope you liked the video, and if you have any doubt regarding this, then leave me in the comment section and I will reply to you as soon as possible. Also share this video among those who are in doubt how to create a beautiful portfolio in the WordPress website using Elementor Pro. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, be safe, be happy, and make everyone happy.